Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new episode of Movie Time with Wes. Hope you're all doing well, having a great day, great night, whenever it is you're watching this. Hope you've been watching some great movies over the past few weeks or months whenever I get this episode posted. We've watched some enjoyable movies ourselves that I'm going to share with you, and then I'm going to share some pickups with you. I got an eBay pickup and my very first Hamilton book order, so I'm excited to get that open. I've saved the opening for that to do this on video, so I'm excited to get into that. But let's go ahead and get into the movies we've watched over the past few months, I guess. Past few weeks. I don't know when the last time I filmed one of these. First one we got here is the documentary Paris is Burning from the Criterion collection. I shared this in my most recent Movie Time with Wes episode of my Criterion haul from the July half-price Criterion sale at Barnes & Noble. This is the documentary from the 80s about the drag ball competitions in New York City in the 80s. Really fun documentary, really enjoyable to watch. I was really got a nice capture, like a time capsule of queer culture in the late 80s and how things, sort of during the AIDS epidemic and all that stuff going on. Really interesting from a historical standpoint to watch this documentary. Really great special features on this disc. The deleted scenes, there's almost another movie's worth of deleted scenes on here that are excellent. A lot of great interviews on here with the people that were in the film. But the interviews were filmed in 2019, so they're 30 years on basically. There's an episode of the Joan Rivers show, and it's the entire episode of the show where they were talking about the movie from 1991 when it was just starting to hit theaters. Gone through the series of all the film contests, film competitions, and stuff. So yeah, really good documentary and a lot of great special features on here, and I really enjoyed watching this. So that was a fun watch. Next one I picked up, I don't remember how I found out about this movie or what spawned my interest in this movie, but the movie Mysterious Skin with it's got Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's kind of his debut breakout kind of role. Really interesting, another interesting piece of queer cinema. Yeah, these two boys were molested when they were very young, and the way that each one of them deals with it is very different. Yeah, very difficult movie to watch, particularly if you've been molested. I would say go lightly on this one. Be prepared. Maybe skip it if you have to. Because it's quite depressing, quite dark, but a really good movie, and I really enjoyed watching Mysterious Skin. Next up, picture of the year from last year, Parasite. Did end up watching this, the 4K release. I was kind of waiting to see what Criterion did, see maybe they would decide this would be their first 4K release, if they're even planning to do 4K releases at all. But they ended up deciding to do just a Blu-ray release of Parasite, and so I decided to go ahead and pick this up on 4K and watch it and decide whether do I really want to own this film in the Criterion collection, or is just having a regular release okay. So the movie Parasite, it's kind of a freaky horror kind of movie. It was good. I definitely enjoyed it. Really good movie. I see why people loved it. It's one of those movies that you love to watch, but once you've seen it, it's kind of spoiled for you. So unfortunately, it doesn't have much rewatchability, I don't think. But it is a great movie, an excellent movie, and definitely deserved to be definitely in the running for Picture of the Year. Not that I didn't see every movie from last year, but yeah, really great movie. Definitely, I recommend Parasite. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Next one, we did watch the 4K 45th anniversary, I think it is, release of Jaws. The 4K transfer, I want to start off with the 4K transfer on this is amazing. I was blown away by how clear and sharp and how vibrant the picture quality is on this. They did an amazing job doing the transfer. There's actually a documentary on here about the transfer process. Lots of special features on here as well. I haven't owned a copy of Jaws in a while, so I don't know how many these special features have transferred over from previous versions, but yeah, this modern 45th anniversary edition, really good. Really enjoyed it, and Jaws is a classic, and I love the movie, and it's summertime right now, so perfect time to watch this movie, and yeah, highly recommend this 4K 45th anniversary release of Jaws. It looks amazing, like mind-blowingly amazing. Next one, another one that was an older movie that's got a 4K transfer that looks really good. I was surprised at how well this looked. Definitely looks better than the 4K transfer on Days of Thunder, the other Tom Cruise movie I picked up recently. Yeah, the Top Gun, they did a really good job with the transfer on this. And maybe they had a really good print to work with. Again, really clear, really sharp, really vibrant. Looks amazing. Looks better than probably ever. So yeah, definitely enjoyed watching this, and it's Top Gun. It's definitely 80s propaganda kind of stuff, but it's an enjoyable, fun movie, and something I loved as a kid, and something I continue to enjoy. So yeah, definitely if you're on the fence about buying this, if you have an older copy of this on Blu-ray or DVD, definitely recommend getting the 4K of this. And I think I just recently saw somebody say this is going for around $15 on Amazon right now. So yeah, if you want to pick it up there, the normal street price is around $20. So definitely grab that. Another one that's an upgrade for me, another one in the queer cinema kind of genre. I got a lot of that going on right now. Just how it is, but the Blu-ray release of Edge of 17. This is one I own on DVD. Wanted to upgrade to Blu-ray. Yeah, really nicely done. Upgrade, digital transfer quality on this one. The original Blu-ray, the original DVD I have is a widescreen 4:3 format, so you get that sort of postage stamp picture in the middle of your screen if you watch it on a widescreen. Or you can stretch it out and it gets really blurry at that point. But they did a really good job with this, considering that the film was originally shot on 16 millimeter. So yeah, it was a low budget film to begin with. It's never going to look crystal clear, looking through a picture window kind of thing. But it looks really good for what it is, and an excellent piece of queer cinema, and a really great coming of age 80s movie. Lots of great 80s. Well, this movie was made in the 90s, but it's about coming of age and being gay in the 80s, and it's got a lot of great 80s music. So yeah, if you're a fan of synth pop 80s music kind of stuff, you'll absolutely love the music on this, and it's a great movie. Had some great added in interviews and stuff that were done recently that weren't on my DVD copy of this, so I was glad to get an upgrade of that. So those are the things we watched in the past couple weeks. Wanted to share share those with you and let you know what I thought. So let's go ahead and get into some things I've bought in the past few months. At this point, first one we got here is an eBay pickup that I did. This is something that was in the I don't remember. I guess it's the June. I think people were showing it in the June releases for Dollar Tree, and we have 4 Dollar Trees here in my town. I went to all 4 of them, and none of them had this movie. I did end up finding some movies at Dollar Tree then, but they did not have this one, and a lot of people said this one was pretty good, and it looked interesting, it sounded interesting, so I wanted to get it. So I went ahead and grabbed it on eBay, paid a little bit more for it, but it wasn't too expensive still. But that is Anthem of a Teenage Prophet, so I did pick that one up. Glad to be able to get that, even though I didn't end up finding it at Dollar Tree, unfortunately, but pick that one up. So that's added to the to-watch, that's going to be added to the to-be-watch shelf. So yeah, here's the big one. This is Hamilton book order. If you've ordered from Hamilton book before, you probably recognize this packaging. I have never done this before, so we're just going to go ahead and try it. It says pull here to open. going to see what I got. There was one thing I ordered that they were out of stock on. I basically went, since this is being my first time ordering from Hamilton Book, I just went on their website and clicked on the $5 and under section and just picked out a bunch of interesting titles. And then I saw a video later on from, I don't remember who it was, but they were talking about some Hamilton Book things to pick up, and several of the things that they suggested to pick up were in this order, so I was happy that I chose them. So I'll go ahead and pull this first one out of here. This first one is actually a music DVD and CD, I believe, as well, from the progressive rock band Dream Theater. This is their Live at Luna Park. So this is 3 CDs and then a Blu-ray of the concert. So yeah, just progressive rock group Dream Theater. I'll look forward to watching and listening to this. So that was a nice one to find for, I think that was around $4, so really good price. Yeah, the one I wasn't able to get was an Arrow release. It was the movie Pray for Death, if you're familiar with that one. So unfortunately, they were out of stock on that one already, so I wasn't able to get that one. But 5 of the 6 things I ordered were still in stock, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to pull this one out of here. All right, this first one is a Michael Cera movie, and I do collect Michael Cera movies, and this is one I have not seen before, so excited to see it as well. This is Crystal Fairy and the Magical Cactus. 2013 is the year on that one. And that one's, if anyone's curious, that one was $4.95. Here's another one that Movie Chatter, I think, was recommending. This movie, Seeking a Friend at the End of the Universe, or Seeking a Friend at the End of the World, with Steve Carell and Keira Knightley. They were saying that this was a really enjoyable movie, and I was glad to be able to grab that for a good price. That one was $3.95 as well. And then the last 2 I got here are a couple of Draft House Films releases, and the first one I got here is the movie The Dog, documentary based on the real-life person who inspired the movie Dog Day Afternoon. So pretty crazy story. I'm excited to get into this, and I'm excited to check out one of these Draft House releases. So I was glad to pick that one up. And the last one I picked up from the Hamilton Book is another Draft House release, and that is the documentary The Overnighters. This is a documentary about people who moved to this town it's building a new kind of manufacturing plant or something, and they moved to this town hoping to make a better life for themselves, and it sort of follows along with their journey and how things go with that. So yeah, just an interesting documentary. I love documentary films, and it sounded like a pretty interesting topic, socioeconomic kind of things and stuff like that. So I thought that would be an interesting one to check out. So that was my first Hamilton Book order. I'm pretty happy with how things went. What is it, like $4 flat rate shipping? It got here really fast, well packaged. Other than the one other thing that I ordered being out of stock, I'm really happy. So I think I'll definitely be using that in the future. So thank you to those of you who recommended Hamilton Book in the past. I'll definitely be checking out that site some more and digging more deeply into their catalog. And yeah, it kind of was inspired. I think mainly what inspired me is they actually sent me a mailing in my mailbox of their book catalog basically, and I'm like, oh yeah, Hamilton Book. Yeah, I keep hearing people buying movies from there. I should check it out. And yeah, I had a good experience, so I'll be a customer for them in the future. So lastly here, I just picked up a crate of my recent pickups, thrift store kind of stuff. I thought I'd share with you a crate of that before we leave you for today. So let's just go ahead and go through these. First thing I got here, which actually I've already upgraded. I just got it at Walmart the other day for $5 on Blu-ray, The Outsiders, so I won't need this DVD anymore. So that can go away. Don't need that one anymore. It's a romance movie here called One Day. It's a Blu-ray from Blockbuster Video. Here's another music DVD, Coheed and Cambria, The Last Supper. Here's a fun kids movie, Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D, and yes, it does have the 3D glasses still, which is very rare on these kids titles. But yeah, they're still even in their plastic wrap. So it's got the insert there, and the disc is minty. So I don't even think this was ever watched. But that'll be a fun one to just sit down one evening and watch a 3D movie. So grab that one. Next one, this is a really old Jack Nicholson movie that I've never heard of. Yeah, I don't even see what company it is that's releasing this. Yeah, but the movie Velocity by Jack Nicholson, or with Jack Nicholson. It's like a formula racing movie, so definitely up my alley as far as auto-related and racing-related kind of stuff. So I thought I'd check it out. I'm not expecting much, but these thrift store movies are $1 or less, so I'll check them out. Next up, I'm not sure exactly what this is. Chris Rock's Top 5. It's like mixing of stand-up comedy and a romance movie or something. I don't know exactly what this is about. But yeah, as I said, these are thrift store pickups. They're not expensive, so if I don't like them, it's no big loss. And the Michael Mann Miami Vice movie with Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell. I still have not seen this movie. I actually bought the DVD when it came out, and I've never watched it. So I've got this Blu-ray, and maybe I'll watch it someday. Here's sort of a middle school coming of age kind of, tween years kind of movie. Sounded interesting. The movie 8th Grade, directed by Bo Burnham. So Bo Burnham's pretty good, so should be an interesting movie. Another music-related thing. This is another live concert performance from the group Simply Red. That was a cool find. I definitely love finding concert DVDs, and definitely like Simply Red as well, so that was a really good one. Here's an interesting sounding documentary. William Gibson, No Maps for These Territories. And the soundtrack is done by Bono and The Edge. Yeah, so should be an interesting sort of documentary about space. I got a snapper case release of the movie Amadeus. I have never actually seen this movie before. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I have the soundtrack on vinyl, but I've never actually seen it. So one day I want to see this movie, so grab that. To have it on hand if I ever get the urge. Here's a still sealed copy. This was just a thrift store pickup. It was originally at Walmart, I guess. The movie Safe Haven. Denzel Washington and Flight, which I did like this movie. I have it on DVD and wanted to upgrade, and so when I found it at a thrift store, I went ahead and did the upgrade. Here's a documentary about a filmmaker who was murdered. I just thought the title was interesting, so I grabbed it. Again, thrift store find. Stranger with a Camera, about a Canadian filmmaker who was murdered. Yeah. Hopefully it's not too dark, but it just caught my eye, and I was interested in seeing it. And a still sealed copy of Employee of the Month. I do remember seeing the trailers for this and laughing a little bit at it. I thought it was fairly funny, so I thought I'd check that out at some point. The movie Havoc. The movie Stealing Beauty. The Michael Moore documentary Roger and Me, the one that made him famous. It's been a long time since I've seen this, so I wanted to put it back in the collection. I don't know if I ever owned this or not. I think I did own this at one point, but I just wanted to have it, and I don't think this has ever been put out on Blu-ray. So, but yeah, wanted to have that back in the collection. Yeah, this is kind of something, I don't know what the heck it is. It's like a mini series about Britney and Kevin Federline. I'm a fan of Britney Spears, so I thought, what the heck, we'll go ahead and check it out. But yeah, that's gonna be an odd one to see. I think this is from about 2008. Okay, newer than I thought it was. The movie Ghost World, which I've heard a lot about. I've never actually seen it, so I'd like to see this at some point, so grab that one. 40th anniversary, The Graduate, another classic that I have never actually seen, so it was cool to pick that up. Hopefully I'll see that soon. And here's a 20th Century Fox Cinema Archives for the movie Swanee River with Don Amici and Andrea Leeds. So classic black and white movie. Another 20th century, this is Studio Classics, The Inn of the Sixth Happiness. Look like an interesting sort of Asian-themed movie. Yeah, I found one day at a thrift store, found a whole bunch of really classic old movies, so yeah, really cool stuff. Here's another one. Audrey Hepburn and Peter O'Toole in How to Steal a Million. So a crime drama kind of thing. Paul Newman is Harper, so yeah, that'll be a cool one to see. Sounds like a really interesting sort of action kind of movie. Here's a movie about running that looked pretty interesting, St. Ralph. Mark Ruffalo, Kathleen Robertson, and Maya Strange in XXYY. The classic Chris Christopherson movie, Convoy. Yeah. Know the song, but I've never actually seen the movie, so look forward to checking that one out. The first season of Designing Women. Here's an old Coen Brothers film, Miller's Crossing. I don't think I've seen this one before, so yeah, I'd like to check that one out. I do like Coen Brothers movies. Here's another one of those classic movies. This is Judy Garland and Van Johnson in Fall in Love in the Good Old Summertime. And here is Kiss Me Kate. Another classic there. And Audrey Hepburn and Rex Harrison in My Fair Lady, still sealed. Elizabeth Taylor in Elephant Walk. And last but not least, in the Warner Archives collection, we have The Courtship of Eddie's Father with Glenn Ford and Shirley Jones. So that's going to do it for this episode of Movie Time with Wes. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you very much for watching. Leave me any comments you have about these movies that I've showed today in the comment section down below. Leave me a like if you like the video. Think about subscribing if you aren't already. I do Movie Time episodes once or twice a month. I think you'll enjoy other things I have to share on the channel. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, great night. See you at the movies. Bye.